quite make it through that door? Good. So you know what I'm talking about. Now, I chose this subject tonight because I really feel that we have people who are revolvers, and they revolve around the same subject, the same emotions, over and over again. And then we have people who are evolvers. People who want to get through the door. They don't want to stay walking around and around in the same place, because guess what? You don't go anywhere. So I really started thinking about how you can go from being a revolver to being an evolver. And before I go there, what is really revolving? And if you think about revolving, let's say you have a revolving argument with your spouse or a mate on how the dishwasher should be loaded. You may have had this conversation before, yet you seem to have it again because you pull out the dishes that are supposed to be clean and they somehow did not get clean. So you have to go back and have the same conversation again. That's a revolving conversation, unless there's a way to move forward, to get through the door. That's a revolving conversation. And an evolving conversation is one that comes up with a solution. Instead of saying, the problem is you don't load the dishwasher correctly. I don't like the way you load the dishwasher. It doesn't get the dishes clean. We're revolving. So if you say something to the effect of, hey, I had an idea. What if we did it like this in the dishwasher? Are you on board? Can you get a buy-in? Once you get the buy-in, that's when they're on board. They don't feel like they've been yelled at. And this could go either way, because this has happened to me. I was the one that was putting things in improperly, not my husband. He's very good in the kitchen, actually. So, because of this, I started thinking more and more about how to evolve out of situations and how to evolve out of our own brains. And this is where we revolve the most. We revolve in when we put on our pants in the morning and we're like, oh, why did I eat that pie last week? Or, I really need to get to the gym. I'm out of breath and I just came up all these stairs, right? So we have all of these revolving conversations that we have in our brain. Instead of saying to ourselves what it is that is causing us to revolve and stay in the same mindset, how can we evolve from it? Because this is the thing about the brain. You have 65,000 thoughts per day. 90% of those are the same from the day before, and 80% of those are negative. And I'm not pulling that out of the air. So you should know that whatever you tell your brain, it believes it. The brain doesn't know the difference between the truth and a lie, only you do. So you know how sometimes you're like, how does that person believe what they're actually saying? Because they've said it to themselves over and over again. And they don't want to believe anything else. They're kind of also revolvers. They want to stay in the same place. So if you hear a new idea, if you've noticed that every time you look in the mirror or you talk to your spouse, it sounds the same. You've been here before. You have a little deja vu. What that is a signal. That's the only bat signal in the sky that you're going to get. You're going to get a signal that is like, ooh, I feel like we've just had this argument before. Or I feel like I've just said this to myself over and over again. Why? What purpose does it serve? How can I evolve? Evolving is solution-oriented. Revolving is problem-oriented. We stay in the problem. We want to blame, right? Like trying to find the blame of who gave you that cold. Doesn't matter. You already have the cold, right? So if you want to evolve, you don't worry about who gave you the cold. You take some vitamin C. You get some rest. You do what you need to do to evolve out of the cold. The reason why I bring it up tonight is because we are evolving into a new season. And every year, it's always different. even though the leaves do fall, that is the same, but they fall at different rates, they fall at different times, and that is the evolution of how we go on. If there's something in your life that you feel that you need to adjust because you don't like where it's at, stop and question, are you revolving around the same thing over and over again? Or do you want to get through the door? And there is that little bit of fear. Like we said in the beginning, there's that little bit of fear. Is it going to hurt? Am I going to make it through? Am I going to get caught? You never know. But what I know is that the more that you focus on being solution-oriented, the more that you focus on finding what it is that is your why you want to evolve, then you will figure out a way, because that's what problem solvers do. That's what evolvers do, not revolvers.